Today I'll talk about how I hacked my brain for good by using daily affirmations. Here are the following things that I will be discussing today. What is daily affirmation, the benefits of daily affirmation, how to practice daily affirmation, making affirmations, integration and tips. Now don't worry, it is not mathematical integration like calculus. So with that out of the way, let's get started. So what is daily affirmation? It is reading a pre-made script to yourself each and every day. Generally that script is something positive like I am strong, I am learning, I am growing, etc, etc. Its philosophy is basically that once you tell yourself the same thing each and every day, you will start to feel like it. It's like fake it till you make it philosophy. Once you start saying a certain thing to yourself, you will also start believing that yourself. For example, if I say I am strong each and every day and I am going through the shittiest phase of my life, then I will actually become strong. Similarly, if I say I am learning and I am actually preparing for a competitive exam, then if I continue to say this affirmation every day to myself, I will end up scoring better because a subconscious thing in our minds will change, which the scientists can't even comprehend right now. Don't think of this as an airy-fairy BS because it is not, and if it were, I wouldn't be making a video about it because I lean on science too much. Now let's talk about the benefits of daily affirmation. Number one, it will increase your self-esteem. For example, if you are someone who does not feel confident at all and you are just saying to yourself that I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident each and every day, you will slowly start to build up confidence. There was a study conducted about basketball throwing where two groups of people were asked to throw basketball in the hoop. One group did practice and the other group did visualizations. But the surprising result was both of the teams ended up scoring the same number of marks, even though one team had physically practiced and put in the hours and put in the effort, and the other team had not done anything except for the visualization of them putting the basketball in the basket. So it's amazing what our subconscious mind can do. Number two is you will counter negative self-talk. Nowadays people suffer from it a lot because nowadays mostly we are thinking so much negative about ourselves that I don't have this, I don't have that, and especially because in this current day and age we are very linked to materialistic things. Hence we are comparing ourselves to one of the richest people on earth and we are feeling like shit on ourselves that we are still not at their level yet. So we are doing actually a lot of negative self-talk, and daily affirmations help in reducing that negative self-talk. Number three, we have resilience, and basically it means mental discipline. Once you apply daily affirmations like I did, you will be able to see such a change in yourself on how you view the world, how you view yourself, that you will feel like you are a completely different person. Now let's get on to how to practice daily affirmations. There are 3 steps: choose, schedule, feel. At first, let's get on to choose. Choose a proper affirmation which fits your need. For example, if you need an affirmation for studying harder, then you can just say I'm a hardworking person, or I will become the topper this year, something like that. But if you are choosing the wrong affirmation, for example, I have a 10 on 10 physique which does not relate to studies, you will get no effect on studies. So choose whatever the affirmations you need in whichever category it fits. For example, if it is a workout related thing, choose a workout related affirmation. If it is a mindset related thing, then choose a mindset related affirmation, so on and so forth. And it's not like you have to copy it from somewhere, you can make your own affirmations too. For example, I am God, though I don't believe in God, but I'm just saying. Now let's talk about schedule. So when should you practice this daily affirmation? One thing you can do is you can practice in the morning, or else you can practice in the night. Now that completely depends on you when you are going to practice, but generally you should practice at morning or at night. Now step 3 is feel, and as I said, don't neglect this as airy-fairy stuff because it actually works. So if you want to do it, don't half-ass it. What I'm trying to mean is, if you are going to do it, then put dedication into it. Feel the stuff, feel the affirmation going inside your brain and inside your body. Don't be the person who just does not even try and complains that it does not work, because of course it is not going to work if you're not going to even try it. So if you're trying it, try it out with full dedication. Now let's get on to making affirmations. And here are the steps where you will understand how to actually make the proper affirmations for yourself. Number 1, be specific. Exactly what you want. What does that mean? For example, if I want to be the topper of my class, I will say I am the topper of my class as an affirmation. There is no vagueness in that. For example, generally what people do is I want to improve, I want to become better. No, it does not work like that. What do you want to be better in? For example, if you are trying to be better in business, say that I will be making 10k profit or 20k profit this year or this month, depending on wherever you are at in your business level. Number 2 is use present tense. Don't use future tense, don't use past tense. You should stay in current reality. You should focus on what you can do right now, and also focus on action oriented stuff more more than goal oriented stuff. Just as I previously gave the examples of 10 or 20k, it is not a good affirmation because it is focusing on uncontrollable variables. Instead, focus on controllable variables. For example, if you are doing something like copywriting, then focus on outreach. Focus on the fact that you should do 10, 20 or even 50 outreaches per day. Now let's talk about positive versus negative affirmation. General case is that you will use positive affirmations, and that is what tends to work for most of the people. But if you have heard the podcast of David Goggins with Chris Williamson, then you might have noticed one thing, that is David Goggins uses a technique called negative affirmations, which is basically he is recording a audio version of hate comments that he gets. For example, someone might give a slang or two to him in the comment section, and he will just narrate it, and he will just plug it in his ears, and he will listen to the narrated version of hate, and that motivates him to surpass himself so that he can throw those same hate at the face of his haters, because he is continuing to improve. That works in super rare cases, because generally if we hear negative self-talk, we will become more negative. But if you're someone who has that level of mindset, I would say you can use, but even so you should use it with caution, because it will start to break you apart. Now let's talk about integration, and as I said, it's not calculus, calm down. So let's talk about routine, and here are the perfect benefits of doing in each of the following times. If you are doing at morning directly after waking up, then it stays in your brain the entire day, and it is common sense if you think about it. For example, if you start your day with hard work, your entire day will be filled with the fact that you have done hard work, and so you will be motivated more. You will think that today I did not procrastinate, I woke up and I did the hard work. If you do it at evening, it is kind of an escape from distraction and procrastination, because generally in the evening at 4 p.m. nobody has shit to do, unless of course if you're a hard worker, then everyone has shit to do. So what you can do in the evening is, instead of doom scrolling, go and practice those affirmations. They are going to help you in the long run. And for all the night persons out there, here is your cue. That is, if you do it before the bed, it will stay in your subconscious mind. For example, if you say I am a hard worker to yourself at night, imagine if that is the last thing you say to yourself. It will stay in your subconscious brain, and tomorrow morning when you will wake up, you will think that yes, I'm a hardworking person, so I will work hard today. Another technique is throughout the day, continuing it throughout the entire day, but that is of course not possible. So what you can do is practice these daily affirmations whenever self-doubt arises. Whenever you feel like you're doubting yourself, whenever you feel like no, I cannot do it, like I don't have more energy to do it, that time you can say to yourself, I'm a hardworking person, and you will suddenly get a burst of motivation and you will start working. So now here are some tips. Number 1, consistency is the key. One affirmation one day is greater than one affirmation per week, which is a common knowledge to all. That is, if you are not consistent, you will not get the results. As I previously said, don't half-ass it. If you are going to use up some hours of your life writing the affirmations and practicing them, why don't you do with full dedication? Number 2 is compounding results. That is, the graph of success is always exponential like this. It is never a straight line like this. That does not happen generally. And so if you're stuck somewhere like here and you're thinking that I'm not getting any results, come on, wait for some time, and once you get here, you will see how much results you are getting. Then we have adjust as needed. So one affirmation does not exactly mean the end of the world for you and that you cannot change it ever again. You absolutely can change it, and you should change it on a monthly or weekly basis whenever your goals are being altered a bit. It is fully bound to you, so you can change the affirmation according to your needs. If you don't need an affirmation like I am going to be the topper because you're not studying, then you can absolutely discard it. You can do something better. There is no absolute restriction on yourself. So lastly, we have journaling, and if you're already into journaling, then you might have your previous notes or your previous journals open, and you can just see how much negative self-talk is in there. And after you apply daily affirmations, you can see how much you have improved. There will be a night and day difference between your previous journals and your new journals. Now what you can do is you can go and join my email list, Saturday Stories, or else you can watch the following video in your screen that is just popping up about how I hacked my brain to focus, where I teach you about the 5-minute rule. Else, if you want to learn the hardest skill in the world, that is the skill of communicating, then go and watch this video about simplifying the hardest skill to learn, which is basically communication skills, which is one of the most important skill your entire damn life. With that out of the way, I'll see you in the next one. Start if you haven't already.